Hello and welcome again. Maybe some of you have met me before, but if not, my name is Veronica and I am Vendon's Global Project Manager. I have been with Vendon for 7 years and I have truly grown together with the company and our customers to understand what are your problems and needs. And to be honest, I will never forget the first time I had the opportunity to actually look into the daily lives of a vending operator. I saw the hard work that went into delivering the products to the end user. And that was the moment I understood that I was in the right place to help out. So this brings us to this webinar today. For this Q&A session, I wanted to share my knowledge and experience about how you can resolve some of your issues within your business with the adoption of Vendon IoT solutions. Today, I am also joined by our marketing manager, Eva.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, she will help me out by reading out the questions. And I have to say a massive thank you for everyone who sent in their questions beforehand, as it was really interesting for me and the team to see what areas of your business you want to improve. So from the questions we received, we highlighted the four main areas of interest that we will touch on today. The first one was quality assurance. Second of all, sustainability. Then closed environment applications and cashless payments. So I propose we go through these questions in like half an hour and then have a live Q&A session where I will try to answer to your questions to my best ability. And if we don't have time to answer, don't worry. We will get back to you via email.
So the first question we will cover today is we are planning to introduce a quality assurance department at our company. How can Vendon help our quality assurance team?
This is a good one, a good one to start with. Many companies actually use Vendon as their main tool for quality assurance. I know many cases where quality department employees are overlooking all of their business processes with Vendon. For instance, they overlook the planning, the creation of pick lists, refills, and then they make reports where they state like if any updates or changes are needed. So definitely Vendon is a great tool to use for your quality assurance department for sure.
Thank you, Veronica. The next one, how can I know that my machines are taken care of and always working?
Okay, this this one is yeah. I would say the best way to do it is that we have an alert section at Vendon Cloud where you can escalate any alerts which have a duration. I will try to give you an example so it's easier to understand. So we have an operator who managed multiple coffee machines at the same building. And for instance, when there was an issue with the machine, an alert was generated and it was sent out to the person in charge of the site. And if the event, let's say, I don't know, a door open was not resolved in half an hour, the alert was then sent to the site manager. So it escalates the alert to the next person in charge. This actually ties in quite well with the previous question, where afterwards the quality assurance team can see how fast employees react to alerts and if they are being resolved in time. And this is useful for large companies as well, where they have set targets of machine uptime. So you can follow easily if you're hitting your marks of uptime.
Thank you, Veronica. I have multiple machines installed throughout the country. How can I know that the pricing is right in all of them?
So this one used to be a headache for many. However, we have recently introduced an inventory report. It's a go-to report whenever you want to have know what products are in which machines and for what kind of price are you selling them. So I looked at the inventory report today, for instance, and I can see that, I don't know, 2 locations sold Coca-Colas for 30 cents, which was not right. So I could easily like pinpoint where the problem was, at which locations, and fix it via remote price change. So again, our main goal is that you can control and manage your whole machine fleet remotely. So yeah.
Thank you. In my company, I have a big rotation of employees. Are there any tools that could help me manage this?
Mm, I would suggest using the route planning tool for this, as this would allow you to plan the routes ahead of time, and employees could change if that was needed. So rotation would be possible. I know a lot of companies have set their routes to, let's say, a particular employee, but there's a definite shift in this as more and more companies want to become more flexible and have routes to be a standalone unit that isn't tied to a particular employee. And this also ensures that there's no like hard or easy routes within your machine fleet. So your employees don't have to have arguments about it.
Thank you, Veronica. Let's cover how Vendon can help you to be more sustainable and friendly for environment. The first question is, how can I manage food waste with Vendon?
Okay, so I see this is currently quite a painful issue in the vending business, especially for those dealing within the fresh food vending industry, as all basically unsold items translate to revenue loss, right? So for any operator interested in decreasing waste, first of all, kudos to you for to be the person on the other side of the screen who's interested in doing that. But the expiry date tracking solution from Vendon could be a great tool to use, because it can help you clear the machine of products that are about to expire. So you can really follow the expiry dates. And whenever the expiry date is approaching, you can set up a promotion remotely and sell these goods at a discount, let's say 50% off. Why not? And that way you can still turn a profit instead of running into losses. And yeah.
And the next question, I want to introduce reverse vending machines. Any tips on how to get started?
Yeah, reverse vending. So many operators who sell cold drinks, bottled drinks in their machines, at least in Europe, there's a trend that they want to have a reverse vending machine next to them to basically collect the plastic bottles and cans and initially like decrease the plastic waste, right? So nevertheless, after we discussed this with the operators we work with, we learned that information about how much packaging has been collected and what has been paid out was really important for them to know. So we made support for the reverse vending machines, as well as in addition to receiving this data from the machine, the product catalog can also be updated remotely, meaning that you can include new packaging types, remove those no longer needed, and so on and so on. So this means, again, cost savings for you on field visits, since machine updates can be handled completely remotely.
Thank you. Let's speak about our loyalty platform, mobile payment app, QuickPick. And the first question is, I want to give a monthly allowance to my employees that they can spend in the vending machines at the office. How can Vendon help me manage this?
Okay. So as you said initially, this could be managed by our QuickPick loyalty application. But QuickPick actually is not only a loyalty platform, is it's also a payment platform. And it was mainly designed for closed environments, meaning offices, universities, hospitals, you name it. The way this would work in this case is that all of your employees should download the QuickPick app, where they would find information on their monthly allowances that they can spend at the particular machines. Uh, and once they would approach the machine, they would scan the QR code, select the product, and automatically a transaction is made. It's done, and your employee gets the desired product. So this is really, I would say, the best tool to use if you want to limit the consumption of particular products at particular machines.
Great, thank you. The next question, we have an issue with our current payment provider as the refund process is quite lengthy. Anything Vendon can do to speed it up?
Mm, If we are talking about voiding a transaction before it was settled, meaning that like here at Vendon, we settle all of our transactions every evening. So if you're talking about before it was settled, then you can do it easily from Vendon Cloud, and there's no fee applied to do so. And I have heard from operators that, and their support teams in particular, that this works great for them because the customers are satisfied because they get the refunds quicker, and it's quick and easy for all the parties involved.
Thank you. We run a petrol station chain and have issues with employees switching off coffee machine when there is a great number of people arriving to not lose sales. What can we do?
Mm, I haven't had a case like that, uh, just like that, but I heard of similar cases where employees have done that because they get fined if the numbers don't add up, let's say, at the end of the month. Um, in these cases, we used a cashless solution that was installed at the machine, where at the peak times, customers who wanted, let's say, only a hot drink, they could pay it at the machine, and it actually helped them in the long run. And furthermore, they attached a printer afterwards at the machine. So it was the coffee machine, then the payment unit, and a receipt printer. And after you purchased your drink, you paid for it, you got a receipt that said that it was like, I don't know, 30% off all of the sweets or whatnot. So again, it's about being flexible in the ways you operate, and it's about trying to ease the customer journey to gain their maximum satisfaction.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's we have covered all the questions we received by email before the webinar. Let's go to the question and answer session. Thank you for sending more questions. The first one is, I have seen your card reader and that there is no option to insert a PIN. There is a high risk that I will lose customers. How are you planning to address that?
Mm. Okay. Yeah, for now, our cashless device, it has a super sleek design, which is highly durable for external environments. And that's exactly how we want it for it to be. But regards the PIN code, this is interesting because we conducted the research where we found out that only 1% of one of our customers' monthly transactions were denied due to the issue of the need to enter the PIN code. Uh, so yeah, it was interesting to see that actually not having enough funds was the top reason of the sale getting denied. Yeah. So, and then additionally, if this purchase would be made by Google Pay, not Google Pay, Apple Pay or Google, then yeah, it wouldn't be an issue at all because you don't have to enter the PIN code. So, um, yeah, I hope it answered your question.
Thank you, Veronica. The next question. I like the story about petrol stations. Can you tell us how can Vendon increase sales for other products sold in petrol stations?
Mm, for this, I do remember a case where one of our customers, they actually looked at the consumption moments. So it was, so they saw the pattern, like when the coffee was or the hot drinks were purchased the most during the day. And then they shifted the time when they put their freshly baked goods in the ovens because they put the baking goods beforehand in the ovens, let's say at 7 in the morning, right? And even though at 7, their coffee sales spiked the most. So what they started to do is bake their goods earlier so that they were ready when the biggest influx of customers arrived. Um, so yeah, we do have many success stories of customers who really make good use of the data to their advantage because it's there. It's just the way how you make those connections afterwards.
Great, thank you. What access rights do you have?
Mm, if I understand the question correctly, Vendon currently offers, I would say, superior user management, where you can select detailed like information about who sees what. We also offer a multi-account access rights, which are great for like large multinational companies where there's a lot of employees involved from different countries and so on and so forth. So I hope I got the question right. If not, just drop a line on the chat and I will get back to you by email.
In what languages is the Vendon solution available?
Mm. Currently, it's in Latvian because Vendon is based in Latvia. If some of you didn't know, then it's in English, French, German, Dutch, Italian, Romanian, Portuguese, and Spanish.
Perfect. The next question, taking into consideration the global situation and inflation, where can Vendon help?
Mm, yeah, no. This is a good one. Yeah, basically, we can help your business to cut costs by adopting route planning tool, remote price change, as well as we would suggest to use something like shelf space analytics, which would suggest to stop selling basically products that aren't doing too well at the particular location. So you wouldn't freeze your money in stock that doesn't sell. So yeah, that would be one way around it.
Do the mechanical alerts pick up all faults in the machine or there is a limit?
Mm, so there's no limitations in terms of the amount of alerts we get or that we display to you. So whatever the machine is sending to us, we display it to you. So there's no limitations there.
I would like to talk more about Quick Pick. Do we need additional hardware?
So no, for Quick Pick, you just need the VBox or hardware device, and that's it. And it's only a matter of configuration on our side.
With fresh foods, do expiry dates have to be added manually at depot or site, or they can be scanned in automatically?
So for now, they have to be put in manually. Nevertheless, as we do have an option to do various integrations through our open API, I'm sure we can find a solution how we could manage this automatically. So drop me a line on my email and I will get back to you on how we can do this.
Thank you. We have no more questions. I think we can wrap up. If there is anything else, Veronica, you would like to add? If there are any questions after the webinar, feel free to drop a line and we will be happy to answer.
Yeah.
And have a good day. We will send after the webinar tomorrow, we will send the recorded video. So if you will be able to go back to the questions you were interested. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thanks.